We were talking about, okay, students, as I was telling you that we were discussing arrays in the last lesson. I have explained how we can manipulate an array and the method of manipulation that we discussed. And today we'll carry on with the same thing that we started earlier. Let me show you my last program that we have seen in the lesson. Okay, you people can you can you can see my last video. I have uploaded it on the Google Drive, and it's also available in the classroom, Google Classroom, and that session is recorded, and you can see the questions from there. And the topic of manipulation means we are manipulating the data that is available over there. Okay. Okay. So just let me remove it so that we can have another app today. Okay, now many of you boys are here. Walaikum salam. I'm also recording the session so that this recorded lesson will be available on the Google Classroom, and if any one of you want to see the lesson again, you can check it from my video. Right, now coming back to the topic, as I told you that while talking about arrays, we have these actions, we have these steps that we carry in order to deal with the arrays. We have to declare the array. I taught you how to declare it. Then the arrays initialization, how to initialize them. Initialization means to assign an initial value, and you remember the initial value for integer is 0, for string it is blank space or inverted commas, double quotations. And then assignment, you can assign the value to the array. And assignment can be for pre-stored values, and assignment can be for it can be for like any calculation, like you initially assign 0 to some, you initially assign any fixed, even the constant can be assigned. Manipulation, this is what we discussed in the last lesson. This is what I have explained. How we fill an array, how we populate an array, how we process values in array. Now, whenever we are filling the array, we are populating the array, we are processing the array, you should know that every time we are going to access elements of the array, we will be using the for loop. We'll be approaching to each and every location of the array using the for loop. I will explain it here. Just wait. Give me a second. Let me open the whiteboard. Now we'll see that if we create an array, okay, let me create it here. PC basic. Just let me show you. For example, this is when we declare an array. Okay, so today we are talking about arrays. I'm sure my this board is visible. So when we are manipulating an array, we want to manipulate an array. Manipulation in array means filling values. input by users, or if it is pre-stored, then you will not use that is not if it is pre-stored, then that is not the manipulation of array. Manipulation of array means only that you are inputting values from the user, and after inputting the values by the user, then to process it, then you have to process it. Process it means you will calculate it. It can be any calculation. It can be any other operation, like you might have to uh, arrange an array. Although this is not in your syllabus, that to sort an array. Sorting an array is not part of your syllabus. It is a topic that is in A levels. But sorting an array is something that we can say as a processing. You can process it. The values, if they are the values input by the user, if they are not in order, then bringing them in order is something that is called sorting. For example, sorting. I'm just giving you an example. We are not doing it. Sorting an array, doing sum with of all the values or product of all the values. And one more thing that need to make you people clear is that when we are doing sum on the array, one thing is that we add all the values of same array. Like this is an array. This is an array, and it has, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4 cells. Okay, and this is number. It is n, and its size is 4. It has 4 values, four integer values in it. Let's say 2, 4, 9, 5. So one thing is that we want the sum of all these values which are there in this array, at location 1, at element 2, at element 3, and at element 4. So this is going to be, this we can place in a simple variable, because you just have to add 2 plus 4 is 6, 6 plus 9 is 15, 15 plus 5 is 20. So you just need a simple variable in which you will process it. But once it is not like this, that you're going to add the values hold by the same single array. Another condition is that when you have one more array in which you will have different locations like 1, 2. Now this is n and 2. This is another array, and it has again another different values like 4, like 3, like 6, like 5. Now the sum is a little bit different. Now how is this sum? Now they have these elements 3 and 4. Now it is required that you will add the element 4 with element 4, element 3 with element 3, element 2 with element 2, and element 1 with element 1. Okay, so this is another type of addition, and the result will not be stored in a simple variable. The result will be stored in an array variable. You need another array, and that is sum, and it again will have 4 cells. So if you are adding the values of the same array together, then you need a simple variable. But if you are adding 2 arrays and each element value separately will be stored, then this will be stored here, this will be stored here, here, here. So it will have the addition of cell. Now what will come in this cell? The addition of 4 plus 4, which is 10. The addition of 3 plus 3, 3 is the location. The content is 9 plus 6, that is 15. The content of 2 and 2, which is 4 and 3, that is 7. The content of 1 and 1, that is 2 and 4, that is 6. So this is another kind of addition. So these kind of things are called processing. This is a kind of manipulation. Getting it? And then in manipulation, we have sort, we have sum product, we have search. We also have the manipulation also includes search. Like the same array, N4, and you ask user to input a number to search from this array. Let's say we have this array. We have this array. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it has 4 cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there is a number you want to search, num, and user inputs, let's say 10, and now you have the values like this. This is n for the same array, 5, 9, 4, 2. These are the values, and this is the value which you are going to search from this array. So first you will search this. Is it equal to 5? No. Is it equal to 5? No. Is it equal to 10? No. Is it equal to 10? So not found. But getting it? These kind of operations are actually called process. So when we are doing these kind of things with the arrays, this is called operation. This is called process. And after the process, the last step is that you have to print it. Print array. So printing an array means now finally when we have this like this is the resultant array which is obtained by the addition of n with n2. When we have added these two arrays, and then another array is created, and each cell is having the total of different elements of these two arrays. Now you want to print this array. That you will do with that. Then another, again, the way you have filled it, in the same way you will print it. But the only difference is that in the filling you ask the user to input the data, but in filling you are not going to ask. We'll just printing it, right? Now we will in next 2-3 lessons I will tell you how we will do these things. Yesterday I have given the concept of adding two arrays, like having this array and this n and n2, and then adding these things. So I will just, I've given you the explanation and of how we carried this operation. And one thing that you just need to understand, then when we are manipulating the array, when we are approaching the array, I told you that to approach, every time we are approaching, either to fill, either to process, either to print. Filling, processing and printing, it will always require for next loop. We are approaching the array every time with the help of for next loop. So we need this. Okay. So we will be going to array with the help of for next loop. For next loop, why for next loop? Can anyone give me the answer? The reason why we are approaching the array with for next loop? Yes.
सर फोर नेक्स्ट में तो सर वो रिपीट लूप लगता है सर.
For next loop means because we have the
fixed value दी हुई है
yes,
सर.
there are fixed repetitions. We have whatever we are doing filling, we are doing calculation, we are doing printing. We know how many times we have to repeat same operation. We know how many time to go and how many time to repeat the thing. Okay. And whenever there is any such condition where we know the time we repeated, we do it with the help of for next. So I will just give you one example. Now you can see in the program here, as I said that let's say dim n4 as integer. Now this is dim n4 as integer, And as I'm just repeating this thing again. Now what we will do in this, if we have to initialize for I is equal to 1 to 4, and what we will do in it, let's say we are initializing it. Initializing means n and putting the value I. We have to put I in it and then 0. So this is initialization. This is how you initialize. This you already have learned it. Now we are going to input the values in it. G Munib, you want to ask something? G Munib, is there any question?
No sir, misclick.
Acha, mistakenly.
No,
Okay.
misclick ho gaya tha.
Okay, then for I is equal to 1 to 4 and I is equal to 0, now we have to put the values for, again we will use I is equal to 1 to 4. So every time we are going into the array element, we will be doing this. Let's say n I is equal to console dot read line. So now the values will be input. We can give a message on the top with console dot write line. Enter values for an array. This is just a message for the user so that he can input the values. So this is how we fill it. This is now filling an array. This is how we are filling it. Now when I run it, enter values for an array, and now we know how many. We can also say that enter 4 values for an array. Okay, so we'll put, let's say 5 6 4 3 1 2 3 4 5. It has taken 5 values. Why? 4 1 to 4. Okay, 5th value, it was rejected. Now let me run it again. 4 3 2. It's going to 5.
Sir, n is equal to 0 आपने किया था अभी शायद.
नहीं वो initialize है. This is not the reason. Yeah, I think 1 to 4, I is equal to 1 to 4, n is 4. For next, there's no issue, but yeah, sometime it's because of, just let me, must take 4 values, not 5. 1 to 4 by 9. Okay. Let me see. Sometime the program is same 5 6 3 2. Okay, when we'll print it, we'll get the idea that 5th is accepted or not. Okay, now what we'll do for I, now we are going to just process it. For I is equal to 1 to 4, and now we get the sum. Now I'm doing simple sum. Sum is equal to sum plus, just leave this step. Here we will have, for a while we'll leave this step. We'll go to sum, and here we'll initialize simple sum. Sum is equal to 0. We are doing simple addition. That is the way I told you here. Now what I'm doing, this kind of we are adding the elements of the array together, and we are getting it in a simple variable. Okay, you will just understand it. Sum is equal to sum plus n and I. So we have this. Now we also have to declare sum dim sum as integer. So we declare it. Okay, now sum is calculated, and we'll print console write line and sum. We are printing sum here. Now let's see. Enter value 1 1 1 1. Now the issue is coming. We can retrieve. Enter the value of n 1 1 1 1 4. It's correct now. It's taking 4 values. Okay. So you have seen that the 5th value it was taking, because to check when we are inputting values into it, it will take fifth value, but fifth value will not be treated. Okay, this value will not be treated because when it will ask, it will ask the fifth value, but when it will take the fifth value, it will see that this number is out of range, so it will not accept it. It will remove it and it will go to it. And that is the reason when I'm doing the total, you can see when I'm adding the values 2, 2, 2, 2, so it will only give us 8. It will not give us 10. Got it? So this is how we have, now we can say this is the process we done with the array. This is the process we did it. Got it, boys? Now after this, now let's say the way I told you that this sum is not a simple variable, it is an array variable. Okay, now this n is n1 and we will declare another n1, dim n2. We have another variable as integer. So now we have three arrays, n1, n2 and sum 4. Now first of all, we'll get the value for n1 and then we can repeat it. The values for n2. Here we'll write enter values for n1 array, enter 4 values for n1 array, enter values for n1 array, and then again we'll write a message that enter values for n2 array. Okay, now here the sum is now different. Okay, now here we have to initialize the sum and sum array. For that we need array I, for I is equal to 1 to 4, and in this we will have sum I, because we cannot initialize just a single variable. Now the sum array is initialized. The way we have initialized a simple sum, now here we are initializing a variable array sum. For initializing an array sum, as I told you, to approach every element of the array, we have to use for loop. This is what we did over here. Okay, now here the sum, just a single thing and then our lesson will be ended. I will just finish it. I think our time is, boys, what is the time to finish the lesson? I think 9:10.
9:10.
Okay, so we have less time. We will finish it. Okay. So here we will assign sum I. The way we are using sum, we will just replace it with the array. Nothing else. Everything is same. Sum is equal to sum I plus ni. So the sum array will have every time the sum array. Okay. Now one more thing that we will do here is, no, it is not, sum I is not equal to sum I. We are not adding the content. We are adding n1. Yes, this is, we need to correct n2. So the first element of the sum I will have the total of n1 element 1 and n2 element 1, the way I have explained this. So the sum, this is the sum, and its first location will have the n1 and n2's first location, and its second location will have the n2 n1 second location and n2 second location. Is it clear? So you need to understand this thing. So now it means, now you can see that we have added two arrays and we have stored the value in another array, not in a variable. We have stored the result of two arrays in another array. So we can, here we can write, this is the initialization of sum. Initialize sum array. The way you initialize some variable, in the same way we initialize some array, but when we are initializing some array, we need a loop. Now here we are doing totaling some array from n1 and n2 array. So we are totaling them. Okay. And the way we are printing a single variable, now we are not going to print the single variable. We will use again for I is equal to 1 to 4. And next, here in place of sum, we will write I. I'm sure you're getting the idea of what we are doing. Now here we are printing it. This is the last thing I told. Print. Printing sum array. Now we are printing the sum array. Got it? Now see when I will run it.
Yes.
When I run it. Enter values for n1 array. Let's say 2, 2, 2, 2. Enter arrays values for n2 array. Now let's say 1, 1, 1, 1. Now you can see the result is 3, 3, 3, 3. Is it clear? So we can also put a message that this is the printing. Before this we can write console.write the sum of n1 and n2 arrays element in some arrays. Now when we again I will run it. Enter values for n1 array 2, 2, 2, 2. Enter values for n2 array 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. The sum of n1 and n2 array elements in some array 5, 5, 5, 5. I'm sure now this is clear. This is how
Yes.
we deal with arrays, and this is how we do processing. And today you just have seen a simple sum, and then the sum in a simple variable and sum in an array variables. Okay. Now I have recorded this video and I will upload it on the Google Classroom, and you people can, if you have any
Okay, sir.
confusion, you can just get the idea from there. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you. Allah Hafiz.